Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Blaze. Welcome to the Blaze Everything channel. You know I had to do something. If you've been following, you know I had to react, review, break down, blaze up. We have to do something to this. This is Iceman. You know how this channel started. You know this is a poetic continuation. The only thing that's right to do is to go and get the 10, 20. I don't even know how many I have on this list, but here are my coldest bars from Iceman by Drake. Let's do it. Alright, so straight off the bat, we have Make Them Cry. That's the first track, the intro, the first of the four Make Thems on this album. And it sets the tone, themes of betrayal, isolation, and overcoming those feelings. I don't know why, but I can relate to that. And it's certainly how I felt throughout this album because it's a lot of shit that I shouldn't be relating to, but I just felt like I could definitely relate to that. But some of the lines that stuck with me was him talking about how his bro sold the OVO chain for money. And I'm like, damn, that's nefarious. That felt like I don't know why, but like I could feel the the frost in Drake's tone when he said he couldn't forgive him for that. I'm like, I understand it. You give someone an emblem that's supposed to represent your friendship and your gang, and and he goes sells it for money. He's feeling like he's left his Brody behind, but at the same time, he can't forgive that behavior. That was crazy. There's a whole lot, honestly, on this. I couldn't really find just one-liners. I mean, there were a few. He said, "This toxic shit I'm dropping is gonna spin till the radio's active." I'm like, yo, that's a bar. And this is the track where he comes out and says his dad had cancer or is going through cancer, and he has to battle those stages. That was heartfelt by me. So I guess that's why he named this "Make Them Cry." But according to the new reports, his dad has actually overcome that. The cancer is gone, which is great news. But I actually felt that at the time, imagine dealing with. I'm sure he was dealing with that while probably battling Kendrick and shit. So he mentions Dot. He did name drop Dot on this as well. He name dropped Dot, and that was interesting to see. Um, but I still don't think there's going to be a round two. All right, so track two, Dust. He continues to set the tone on this one, but I won't lie. When I first heard this, I was scared because the song starts with R&B Drizzy singing. He's talking about his Australian girls and all that. I'm like, bro, we already got Triple S for you. But then he says, I did sexy songs for you, but now I'm about to send this shit up. Yo, the beat switch was crazy. The beat switch was crazy. But in terms of cold bars, there weren't really one liners. I know, he said something about how he's a BTC one time, or he's a corporate America hit survivor. Yeah, I like that. That also sets a tone on themes that we're going to hear throughout the album. Especially coming off of the lawsuit and that he had against UMG. So he really feels like they were out for him, like the whole industry was out for him. So Iceman is ice cold right now. He survived an American hit, a corporate American hit. So yeah, and he blows into our ear throughout the song. It was hilarious. Like kudos to kudos to Track three, we have Whisper My Name. He wasted no time to go back at UMG, talking about the white label did the white label thing and boosted him because he was hot. We know who he's talking about. We know he's talking about UMG boosting Not Like Us for Kendrick. Even if you lived under a rock, he literally mentions Dot's name on the first track. The second track, he's saying go blow the dust off your plaques. That could be at anyone, older rappers in the game. And then on this track, the cold bar, the bar I actually like the most is where he says he takes 500K to the dinner. He doesn't learn shit from y'all. So who's the old rapper he could be talking about here that people always say 500K or dinner with is Hove. Is Hove. That's a Hove diss right there. And hey, I'm taking the 500K anyways, but Drake is taking the 500K to the dinner. So I thought that was cold. I thought that was a cold bar. And then he says, if he's lying, his flying economy, guess who he's going to see? Come on, man. That was just like petty. But I'll throw it in the cold category too, because somewhere between cold and petty. But yeah, that's Drake for you, man. Like here I was thinking I could relate. Track 4, we have Janice. Shut the fuck up. I don't know who Janice is, but she really needs to shut the fuck up at this point. Cause first part of the track was cool, smooth. The hook was dope, like different but dope. And then the second verse, he just starts sliding like, whew. But like, coldest bar on this is aimed at who you think it might be aimed at. Or you tell me who this might be aimed at. It says, white kids listen to you because they feel some guilt and then you feel fulfilled. White kids listen to you because they feel some guilt and then you feel fulfilled. Coming from Drake, who do you think he's talking about that might make white kids feel fulfilled? If you listen to um Family Matters, the first part of Family Matters, what he said he was, this guy was rapping like he was trying to do. He's doubling, tripling down on that angle still. Like, I thought that was cold. That wasn't even funny. Like I heard that and I was like, shit. So yeah, let's see. I still think there isn't gonna be a round two, but I feel like these are all cold bars that worthy rebuttals, and he needs to get it off his chest. So I fucked with it. I fucked with it heavy, and this track was dope. 4 from 4 so far. Track 5, Ran to Atlanta. The title alone is cold, petty but cold. Ran to Atlanta. I think I might have missed this on the first track, the intro. He did say he was, people have been asking how many features he's gonna have, but he was gonna do this alone, which definitely set the tone. Knowing that, yeah, this is gonna be just him on this album, but he still got. We needed this. We needed. I'm so happy this happened, bro. Drizzy and Pluto, Drizzy Hendrix, like a crazy combo. I didn't want to see that go. I didn't want to see the Drizzy and Rose combo go either, but I don't give a fuck about that as compared to Drake and Future. So I'm glad that's still here, backed by popular demand. There aren't really a lot of quotable or cold bars on there, but I guess the coldest bar is where he says, "Iceman turn, Iceman turn," like what we did to the tables. I thought that was dope. That was a dope bar. So yeah, Drizzy and Pluto back by popular demand. I didn't really fuck with the Hannah Montana. What's her name? Molly Santana. The shorty featured on the track. I don't know. I guess she probably is dope, but that wasn't her best verse. But the track is a banger. So yeah, 5 from 5 so far. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Track 6, Shebang. I know this one's gonna go off on TikTok and shit like that. I love the Quavo backups on the track, but in terms of cold bars, I like the she trying to finesse Pulley Market for bread. She trying to finesse Pulley Market for bread. Like she was trying to get the release date from Drake so she could go bet on Pulley Market. I just thought it was a cold bar because that puts me in like the mindset of like an artist. Like not only does he not want to leak the release date, she's gonna be thinking like he doesn't want her to go make some bread. She's trying to go finesse Pulley Market, man. On Mogbon. But yeah, I like the couple other lines. He's talking about he played his last shit. It was ass, mid, skip, skip. He could be talking about anyone. Could be talking about ASAP. Track 7, we have Make Them Pay, one of the craziest pen lyrical master classes on the album. I could go with the one-liners, but I'm just gonna stick with the headshots. We're sticking to the coldest bars here. He goes at Cole. You niggas run and talk to Hove for a second opinion. Me, I stood on 10 toes and I accepted the mission. Cause I much rather dead than submission. How can you press the ignition and let some memories of the past affect your decision? Basically, he's saying, Jermaine, J. Cole, just because you produce high power for Kendrick, he said, fuck the big three, it's just big me. Why you go apologizing? That's what Drake is saying, not me. So yeah, he says I love you because of the history, but if we're being real, I can never forgive you. I thought that was cold. Like that's a classic Drake. He loves you, but he might never be able to forgive you. Fuck a big three. It was just way too many chefs in the kitchen. It was a mess to begin with. I got all the chains that they ever repped in Virginia. I know Pusha T hated to hear that. I was Aiden Ross with streams before Aiden Ross ever streamed. Rose, take your shot. And Khaled, you know what I mean. The beef was fully live and you went halal and got on your dean. Still dropping bars while letting these niggas have it. And your people are still waiting for a free Palestine, but apparently everything isn't black and white and red and green. I'm seeing everyone's colors for the real. I'm sensing a theme. Yeah, yeah. You can tell Khaled really pissed Drake off with that shit, talking about he has two Drake verses. And then it says my sixth sense is kicking in because all I'm hearing is people that are dead to me. I'm better off independent. They should all let him leave. So Drake wants to be free. And he did let a lot of this go on this track, and there are a whole lot of cold bars. Like the YMCA. You're gonna see the whole YMCA, like the Village People, Envy, like Nevada. This whole track is cold, ice cold track by Drizzy. I fucking love this. Make them pay.